Ciao amici, it's Natalia and welcome to my channel. On this channel I'm telling about my life in Italy and my small business journey. I know that I look a bit weird here sitting in my bathrobe, and I also have a glass of wine with me, but I just wanted to make this video a bit chill, like the country where I live. Okay, so let's start. In this video I would like to tell you why I chose this country and what I like about living in Italy. First, I would like to tell you a bit about my background. I'm from Russia, St. Petersburg, and 6 years ago I moved to Milan, Italy to study here. I did my master's at Istituto Marangoni, the famous fashion school. After the studies, I worked in several companies with marketing, and now I own my apparel brand Itamaru. You can follow it on Instagram. So I'm an entrepreneur. So why I chose Italy? In fact, it was not a very complicated choice. Until I was 28 years old, I lived in St. Petersburg in Russia. I've been to Italy when I was little. I don't know, maybe I had 6 years. I was 6 years old when I first came to Italy with my parents, and I really liked this country. After it, I also had some travels to Italy, but my love to this country started from people. Because when I was 15, I went to London to learn English to the language school, and we had many Italian guys there, and they were all very nice. I liked their character. They were handsome, and it was just fun people, you know. So I looked at them and I thought, maybe if I will work with someone or will need to live somewhere else in the future, Italians seem to me very nice people. So maybe I could do something about Italy. And in the end, I chose philology at my university in St. Petersburg, and I studied Italian. So that's how all this Italian journey started for me. So in this video, I will tell you about 7 reasons why I moved to Italy and what I like about living in this country. But first, let's drink some wine. You know, wine in Italy, it's so natural. Like it's not like going out and drinking. It's just a part of your everyday life. So just get used to it. So one of the first reasons is the beauty of this country. I'm sure that Italy is one of the most beautiful countries in the world because it has everything. It has art, it has architecture, it has style, it has beautiful nature, beautiful people. So it's just very aesthetic in all its parts. So for me it was really the right choice because I'm a very visual person. For me it's very important to be surrounded by beautiful things to function well. I mean, my mood is very dependent on beauty around me. You know, ugliness hurts my feelings. And in Italy you can find everything beautiful. Of course, you have the best arts in the world. You have the best architecture, not only in the main cities like Rome, I don't know, Venice, Florence, that are famous for tourism, but even when you go to some small cities that are not so famous, you always find something beautiful and aesthetic, and you're always amazed by this beauty. Also, Italian style, for me, it's the best style. I love how people dress here. I love that they take care of themselves. And for me, it's important to be surrounded also by people that are aesthetically pleasing for me. The second reason is climate. Milan, where I live, it's the north of Italy, so it's not so hot, but you know, considering that I'm from St. Petersburg, that is really quite a cold and rainy city in Russia, Milan already has a better weather for sure. When I first moved here, I was just shocked that I could wear white sneakers all year long. It was like my dream, because in St. Petersburg I couldn't even imagine it, because it would be covered in dirt and snow and everything most of the time. So even living in the north of Italy, the weather is quite pleasant, and most of the months of the year you can also, I don't know, have a lunch outside, take coffee outside. You have a lot of sun, even if Italians tell that Milan doesn't have so much sun. For me it has, because in Russia, in St. Petersburg, you can have like 30 days of sun during all the summer. So you can imagine what happens other months. Third reason is geography. Italy is situated in a very, very nice place. It has a very good landscape. I mean, it is surrounded by the sea. It has mountains. It has everything. You can travel around Italy all your life and you will never be bored. Because if you want to go to the seaside, you have it here inside the country in different places. If you want to go skiing to the mountains, it's also very accessible. For example, from Milan we can go like a couple of hours by car, and we can get to the mountains to ski, and we can go like 3 hours by car or by train, and we can get to the seaside and have a nice weekend. So it's really comfortable to stay in this country, because even if you don't have a big budget, you can travel a lot. You can enjoy all this beautiful nature, all these beautiful cities, architecture, culture, and so on. So it's really a treasure. I mean, I always appreciate this part of Italy, because I know that I can do everything here, even if I'm not leaving the country for vacation. The fourth reason is food. You know that Italian cuisine is one of the best cuisines in the world. I think it deserves this status, let's say, because many people think that Italian cuisine is just pizza and pasta, because it's what they know outside about Italian cuisine. But Italian cuisine is very, very different. I mean, every region of this country has its own cuisine, its own particular local meals, and so on. And you can find everything in this country. I mean, you can find pasta, rice meals, you can find fish, meats, a lot of vegetables. So it's very, very different. So don't think that it's only about pasta and pizza. Italy has a lot of things to offer, and the quality of food is very, very high. You can always find fresh fruit and vegetables. Of course, some seasons are richer than the others, but you have fresh and high quality food, not OGM and so on, all year round. By the way, I'm vegetarian for quite many years already. I guess like 11 years, yes. So for me it's very important to have a big variety of vegetables and fruit, and I love cheese, and the Italian cheese is amazing. So for me it's very easy to live here, not only to to do grocery shopping and to cook at home, but also to go to the restaurants. In any Italian restaurant I can always find some vegetarian meals, so it's really easy for me. Another very, very important reason for me is the approach to age that we have here in Italy. You're never too old in Italy, because also retired 70, 80 years old people are very active socially. They enjoy life, they go out with friends, they go out in the bars for aperitivo, and so on. So it's not that when you hit some certain age your life is finished, it gets boring and so on. It's not like this in Italy, and I really, really appreciate it. For example, I hear very often that people talking about 50, 60 years old people, they call them young. So here at 50 or 60 years old, you are still considered young. And for example, in my country and in general in Eastern Europe, I noticed that very often people around 30 are already considered almost old. Especially women are considered old when they are over 30. That I think is just insane, because of course, especially nowadays, 30 is like new 20. So in Italy when you're 30, you're still a child. I'm 35 and I'm still almost a child here. And for this reason, Italians are never in a hurry to marry, to have kids. For example, the average age for women to have the first child is 35 years old in Italy. So you can imagine that only around this age people start to become adults. Sixth reason why I love Italy is for its beautiful men. You know that this kind of like men's appearance, like Mediterranean type, with dark hair and tan skin, I don't know, brown eyes and so on, it was always my type. So I find many beautiful men in this country, and besides being beautiful just by nature, I love that they also know how to take care of themselves. They are very stylish, they have a great taste in many things, not only in the way that they dress up, but in general, look how they live their life. And it's no surprise that I'm married to Italian. You can see my beautiful wedding film on my channel. I had a wedding last year in Calabria, because it's where my husband from. It's south of Italy, so if you're interested, you can watch my wedding film somewhere on my channel. Seventh reason that is very important for me, that I really appreciate in this country, is the approach to family. Family is extremely important in Italy, and I like that families are big here, because it's not only mother, father and kids, it's also aunts, cousins and so on, and they love each other, they help each other, they spend time with each other, especially holidays, they like these big dinners and so on. And I really love that here in Italy you have this big support system that is family. I think it's very important in life. And another thing that I really like is that I think that Italian men are really good fathers. I see how they care about children, how they just adore them, how they spend time with them, how they play with them. I mean, in my country, I see it much less, and in general, let's say, fathers are very often absent in the life of children. So I really appreciate that here, not only the family in general is very important, but also men can really be great fathers. For me, it's very important. When I was choosing the father for my future kids, I was thinking a lot about it. Cheers! Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. I also appreciate thumbs up. And next time I will tell you about the things that drive me absolutely insane in this country and what I dislike about living in Italy. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel to not miss this next video. Ciao!